Vinayak sir, other students will also join within some time. So meanwhile, we can start.
Sure, Nancy.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Right now, this workshop was more about the ideas that could be built, right, on chain. If anyone is building something, they can come up with questions so that I can, help you clarify. So this is more or less a doubt clearing session, right, where you guys ask questions and I reply to your answers. I reply to your questions to the best of my knowledge. So let me know if you guys have some problems, some troubles building it. Is there anyone who has some questions? Then I can address that. Anyone who has not understood what we did in the past two lectures, they are not able to deploy their code yet. So let me know. Let me know. We can actually have a discussion here. If anyone is having some issues, we can debug it right now in the lecture as well, right? So that everyone else, whosoever might be facing the same issues, can we can actually help them out as well, right? So uh, anyone with any question, guys. We would discuss some ideas as well eventually that you guys can actually build uh, here for the hackathon to make sure that you guys have a scoring chance, right?
You guys can message here in the chat box or the right?
Yes, that you can do as well. So you can message in the chat box if you do not want to unmute yourself. If you want, you can. Uh, okay, so Srishti has a question. Uh, do we have to submit the idea if completed? Obviously, you have to submit the idea if it is completed. It is better if you record a demo video for your product. Uh, I think Nancy can share with you where you have to, submit your idea. It's not just about idea. You probably will have to build on that idea as well. So that you can submit it. But I would really recommend you to go through the team first, right, and validate your idea and then start building it, right, Srishti? I hope that answers your question. But good question though. Anyone else with some queries around the same? Now, in the meanwhile, please feel free to write in the chat box, right? Any queries that you might have. So when we talk about building a product, right? So what do you guys think? What would I have done like for my first hackathon? But if I don't have a team, okay, Srishti, if you don't have a team, I think that this is where the team can also help you out. The BlockseBlock team can also help you out to find you a suitable partner, suitable team member, right? So that you can actually go ahead with the hackathon because there might be a lot of people out there who do not have a team. I think you can also apply solely. You don't need a team, right? If you think that you want to go alone, if you need a team, you can simply. My suggestion to you would be just simply message on the WhatsApp group that you need a team member, right? And this is why you need a team member. You already have an idea, but perhaps you want to, you need a good developer that can actually help you out. And there might be a developer who does not know what to build, but he knows how to build on here. So you guys can get connected. I suggest just right away message it on WhatsApp. If someone of you is available, you can also chat here. You can just message here and then connect over WhatsApp, guys. That would be the best way, right? You guys already have a group, so you guys can ask if you need it there. Is an MVP okay? Yes, it is okay for sure. If you want to create like a minimum viable product, it depends on your idea, like what exactly will an MVP be. But yes, an MVP is a very legit submission. But instead, I actually urge all of you to create an MVP, right? If you have an MVP, only then things can work out for you, right? At least it should be an MVP. You don't need a full product to win hackathon. You just need a minimum viable product just to showcase your design, your workflow, that this is how my product is going to function. That is more than enough for you to go ahead and submit your idea. So that works as well, Shruti. Good questions overall. Anyone else who is facing some issues? I hope I've answered you, Shrishti. If there are some follow-up questions, please let me know. I can uh, answer them for you. So we were talking about ideas, but ideas can you work with? If any one of you knows Solidity, I would recommend going for the Bitfinity, going for the EVM track, right? That we already have for Aurora, right? If there is someone who needs some assistance in some ideas, I think BlockseBlock team can help you out. There are already a lot of ideas that they've come up with that you guys can use for your submissions. So ideas are not really a concern. It's you who has to build it. Is what is required. Tanishk is here. I hope that he has already built one. Tanishk. Uh, so Balaji has a question. So can the project solve real-time issues like merging hardware and software? Absolutely, bro. I think that this can be like it depends if there's a submission track for this for hackathon. But yes, if your project is actually doing this, this is actually a good project, right? If you are solving some real-time issues, right? It's a good project. You can submit probably in some of the tracks in hackathon for sure, right? So this seems like a good idea. All right. Anyone who's close to building it or has started building it yet? Any one of you? But not in this. Can you explain that more? You have completed it. That's good. That's really good to hear, right? But not in this. Okay. You can also unmute yourself and talk if you want. But I think this is also good, right? Regardless, if you've completed it, then I would recommend you submit it as well. Or not in this hackathon. Uh, in this hackathon, I think there might be a track. There are a lot of tracks. I've not gone through all. There might be something that you can, utilize for your advantage, right? Probably some of the track out there is definitely something that your product can fit into. Because these tracks, they generally are a generic track. So even if you have a good idea, they should fit into some of the tracks. I would suggest that you definitely go ahead and implement it and use Near while you're at it. So try to integrate Near wherever you can, in payments, in tokenization, in economic models, wherever you can, so that you have a chance of winning the hackathon. Okay. Tanishk, yes, I've created the basic talk of the idea. Work is under process on building. Good. If you need any assistance, you know where to go, Tanishk. If you're facing some issues, then let me know as well. Yeah, it is. It is. It is the weekend, so definitely it's a good chance to complete the project now on the weekend and make sure to win this. This hackathon is a really big opportunity, guys. The name that you will make of yourself, the money that you'll make eventually, both of them are good, right? I would really suggest all of you to start working on it, guys. What distinguish what will distinguish your resume at the end? These are the things that will distinguish your resume at the end. I am the one who is on the other side, guys, most of the time. Like I'm the one who hires people, right? So I know what will shine in a resume. This is something that will definitely shine in your resume. Yeah, definitely, Manish. Anytime, right? Uh, you can reach out even right now as well. I'm trying to help. So whosoever has any issues, I'm like more than happy to clear all the issues or ideas for that matter. Uh, right now, any problems in developing Panish? Is everything all right? Nothing. I don't think that it is too difficult to understand or build on here. Or like it is more like it is quite easy. It follows concepts more or less like every chain, right? So it should not be a difficult thing. Uh, yes, facing some lack of support in developing. On which end, Balaji, do you think that there is some lack of support? If you need some, like, if you need some clarity, if you need some bugs resolved on your end, or like if you need a clarity, a question could be, "Sir, I don't know where to start," right? And I can tell you where to start from. But you have to ask that question. All right. So the lack of support, is a very funny thing, guys. Like let me tell you about my start. We have time today, so let me tell you a little bit about myself and my journey. So I'm from a mechanical background, guys, right? But eventually I jumped into the coding background, right? And there was no one supporting me for developing, right? And it didn't took me long enough to actually, start training people in blockchain rather than doing blockchain myself. So, and no one supported me as well. Like there was a lack of support. There still is a lack of support. No one can still answer my queries, right? But does that mean that I'm demotivated by it or I won't build it? It actually challenges me more. So it's a challenge for me every day. So I try to, take up that challenge every day. Um, like I was actually in an interview right now, just before this call, right? So a little bit of story, little bit of my sharings with you, right? Uh, so with in that interview, I asked the question. That was a very simple question, right? But if you want to build a post system, the one I was sharing with you guys, probably you want to build a decentralized X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, right? So how will you build an entirely decentralized Twitter? Like this was a question that I asked a person in an interview. So this is very good question because not a lot of people will be able to answer it. How to build an entirely decentralized along with storage, where your posts will go. How will you share your content, where your reposts will go, and how will your feed be so fast, like the feed of Twitter is, and you have to do this all in a decentralized fashion. Can you do it with the current infrastructure of blockchain? If you can't, but you think the current infrastructure of blockchain should incorporate, right, to do this. So these are, some of the questions out there, some of the problems out there that are really enticing to work on. So work for the problem, right? That you think that it is really good, or even if it is good, you should work for the problem. That gives you a lot of insights into what you should build eventually, even for the hackathon as well, because that problem would eventually be faced by a lot of people that you'll probably, solve. But you're not going to get support still to solve these problems. I hope that you get my answer, Balaji. Probably with experience you will eventually. Right now we are here with you, right? We are trying to, be there with you in your journey side by side, right? So we are here. I'm here, sharing my experiences. The BlockseBlock team is here that is going to share. Uh, like they are basically in constant touch with all of you, checking if you have issues, making sure that you resolve those issues, right? Such kind of care and such kind of support is something, you know and that too, it's something that you don't have to pay for, right? You don't have a loss for it. So that is something that is really good within this ecosystem. You should actually cherish it, right, and make the most out of it. Anyone else has any other questions? I would love to answer, guys, or interact as well. Yes.
So guys, this is our last workshop, like third and last. So अगर इसके बाद भी you guys face any kind of issue, you can just drop a text on the group, right? हम लोग provide करेंगे आपको एक one-on-one mentoring session. So कोई concern है, you can ask right here अभी.
Dekha, this is what I was telling you guys. One-on-one mentoring session, guys. Make full use of it. If even if like if you are interested in blockchain like 5% and you wanna see that can you make a career out of it, this is your chance. If you wanna make a career out of it. All right. All right. Any other questions? कुछ भी पूछना चाहते हो related to hackathon, related to your doubts, anything you can ask me. Probably I'm here for another couple of minutes. Mhm. Uh, how many of you have actually attended a hackathon before? Like, this is not your first one, you have attended a hackathon before. Can I have a quick show of hands? Ah, koi, I think Tanish has maybe attended one, right? Tanish.
Hi, sir. Am I audible?
Hi, hi. Yeah, you are. Yadunat
Yeah,
also.
yeah. Actually, what happened was I was driving bike from my
Acha,
bus stop to home. Yeah, I was able to listen to you. Wasn't able to speak. I just reached home.
got it. Got it. No worries,
my
brother.
my college drops me at this time only. Like I go
अरे
in the
एक्चुअली
morning around 8.
बहुत ज्यादा लेट है यार मतलब बंक बंक नहीं कर
Yeah.
रहा नॉट दैट आई एम एंटाइसिंग बंक्स प्लीज
No, actually,
मतलब
I
मैं तो
usually do
एडवोकेट
that.
ठीक है ठीक है
Attendance is
ठीक
at a peak point.
ठीक है भाई that's nice
Uh,
that's nice to hear I obviously I
I have
find
been
some time for yourself some days
hmm,
कॉलेज के
true.
दिन है यार
आजकल it's
हम्म,
really hard. Like क्योंकि I have been attending some blockchain Web3 events was
अच्छा
मेरा
simultaneously
res
along with
हाँ resume is fine now. Like I have some good achievements on it now. So usually
nice
what happens, people usually invite me for the hackathons and all that. This is happening
nice
in their
nice
state or something.
nice
So
that's nice
इतने events हो जाते हैं. It gets cluttered up.
you have to choose ना फिर उसमें फिर आपको कहाँ
Hmm.
जाना है which one
True.
you do you feel is valuable which one is good अच्छी बात है यार चूज चूज करना अपने आप में अच्छी चीज है मतलब इट
Hmm.
इज लाइक यार मतलब आपकी इट्स नॉट compulsion also to be there at one event but at the same time you can choose which one you feel is good and then you can be there तो
True.
वो भी बहुत अच्छी चीज है ठीक है तो but हाँ this is guys this is what will happen ठीक है once you become a successful hacker all right not the other hacker but the hackathon hunters this is what we call ourselves
True. आराम से it's like people are doing. I met one of the guys, so they are working at Sweron, like Aptos blockchain. में they're working with the company. So they told me उनका क्या होता है routine. Like they don't do any internships or anything. So
right
वो क्या करते हैं? Like उनका एक friend है. He does the hackathon, gets the money,
हाँ
goes to the hills for the rest of the month, comes back, does another hackathon. So this is the schedule.
वाह भाई वाह दैट इज रियली नाइस अरे यार मतलब इन कॉलेज ना दिस इज रियली गुड मतलब यही अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है
Hmm.
तनिष्क मतलब अभी यू आर आल्सो फीलिंग द सेम थिंग ना तो
Yeah,
मतलब यहीं से यार लर्निंग्स हैं और क्या है ठीक है अभी कौन
true.
से अभी
Actually,
कॉलेज में हो
मैं तो
कौन सी ईयर में हो
थर्ड
अभी
सेम में हूँ अभी. आई एम सेकेंड ईयर थर्ड सेम.
अरे दैट्स वेरी वेरी अर्ली फॉर यू ब्रो मतलब यू हैव वेज टू गो फिर तो मतलब यू हैव टाइम ऑन योर
हाँ
हैंड
अभी
ये बात वो है
आई हैव टाइम या.
हाँ तो फिर
ट्रू.
पहाड़ों में आप भी मिलोगे और क्या कुछ देर के
आप
अंदर
आ जाओ
अंदर
सर. प्लान करते हैं फिर ट्रिप साथ में.
यार आई एम फेयरली बिजी दीस डेज यार क्या ही बताऊं मैं ठीक है तो अभी
व्हाट आर
वर्कशॉप
यू
पे
अप
भी
टू सर दिस डेज?
यार दीस डेज वही है टीम एक्सपेंशन इज ऑन गोइंग राइट so we are hiring right now
आई सी.
and we have moved a lot within ecosystems so things are going good
हम्म.
we have a lot of
ट्रू.
active projects ongoing at the moment because we have started building DeFi and core infrastructures of blockchains as well तो उसमें
अच्छा आई
काफी
सी.
टाइम कंज्यूम हो जाता है हाँ तो that is how
अच्छा आई सी.
this
कॉज
is how
मैं
we're trying to do um,
आई सी.
ICD
आई मेट यू
already know
एट माई
right
फर्स्ट
we are
इवेंट.
कहाँ पे? IBW, गोवा
Yeah,
या बैंगलोर?
IBW. IBW
IBW.
Bangalore. That was my
IBW.
first blockchain event.
Got it, got it, got it. That was the first
वहां
one
से
that we
my
ever
journey started.
hosted. ये भी है. Like I was invited
I
by the
see.
host to the event. So I was there for that. But that's
I see.
nice. I think I do remember our meeting as well, briefly.
I true. My project was like very basic one, but no one from my college was into Web3 stuff, na. So it got selected, and then like the event was more like for startup thing, It was like pitching session and all, and I was pitching decentralized note application there.
अरे but हाँ यार, it was still it would have been a good experience. मतलब ये तो है.
It was a good experience. Actually, that project, ना मेरे को बेसिक आइडिया तो तब तो डिसेंट्रलाइज नोट्स बनाया मैंने. अब आई हैव वर्कड ऑन द सेम प्रोजेक्ट and built like a lot of other things in it, like file
Nice.
management, photos management, calendar, expense tracker. Also, make it's like a suite. So I'm looking forward to create a startup also with it. Like I'm in talks with some teams. I have won three
That's nice.
hackathons with the same project.
अच्छा. अरे वाह
True.
यार. That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice. This is
Yes.
how, but this is a very good journey, yaar. मतलब, I think it should be inspiring for all of them. I don't know. I think might be some people जो second year से तो ज़्यादा में ही है. ठीक है, तो
Hmm.
this is really good यार. मतलब I think हार्ड वर्क का सबसे बड़ा नतीजा है ये जो हम देख रहे हैं. ठीक है. So 3 hackathons
Thank
by
you.
second year is actually huge. ठीक है. I won, like, in my time where we don't really had, like, the 3 hackathons were not so
I
big
see.
at that moment. Or
Hmm.
I wasn't I in my colleges I wasn't even in Web3. Uh, like
Yes,
I
sir.
was in Web3 probably in my last year of my college. ठीक है. तो उससे पहले तो I
Hmm.
wasn't even there. तो हुआ क्या? I
Hmm.
think I remember like participating in events during that time. तो मैं ICICI Trinity होता था तब, बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा इवेंट होता था run by ICICI Bank. तो
I
उसमें
see.
हमें प्रेजेंट करना होता था. हाँ, उसमें हमें प्रेजेंट करना
Hmm.
होता था, लाइक टू द टॉप टियर, सी सूट होता है ना. So they
Yes,
used
sir.
to prepare us. They used to bring us there in Mumbai, and then they used to prepare us for the presentations, and then they took us to the C suits. भाई आप लोग अब इनके आगे present करो. ठीक है. तो that was really great experience. That was the first one that we
Hmm.
won. ठीक है.
I see.
And we had to create an AI in that. Like that was back in what, 2015. ठीक है. तो बहुत टाइम, 10 साल होने को आया है.
So it's
और
been 10
तो
years.
हाँ,
आप
तो
कौन से ईयर में पास
but the
आउट हुए
college,
सर?
मैं 2017. तो
2017.
हाँ, तो it has been a lot
Hmm.
big time. अब तो काफी काफी वक्त हो गया उस चीज को गए.
Time
2015 में
is
फिर that
flying
was my
literally.
second year. That was my second year.
I
और
see.
उसके
That's
बाद
nice, sir.
उसके बाद उसके बाद I won like 2 or 3 more. तो मेरे को मतलब आराम से, और उस टाइम पे Web3 नहीं होता था इतना स्ट्रीमलाइन ना. These are Web2
तब तो
hackathons and stuff
it
that were
wasn't there.
happening, competitions. तो I
Hmm.
think I earned about what, मैं शायद 2 लाख 3 लाख के करीब कॉलेज टाइम के अराउंड में कमाया था, just through these events, hackathons and stuff.
That's awesome,
उस
sir.
टाइम पे back in 2015 2016 की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, जब
Hmm.
इतना वो सब तभी
At
था.
that time, तो money की value was really
ज्यादा
good.
ज्यादा करंट वैल्यू.
Hmm.
तो
अब तो धीरे
इतनी भी
धीरे
नहीं
it's
होगी
decreasing.
मतलब. हाँ, बट दैट वाज लाइक
नहीं
गुड.
आजकल it's like पता नहीं चलता ना आप खर्चा कर रहे हो and all उस टाइम फिर भी थोड़ा value.
और मैं, हाँ, मतलब आफ्टर दैट आई यूज दैट मनी टू एक्चुअली स्टार्ट स्टार्टअप. वो चला नहीं. ठीक है. तो उस मनी से ही,
Yes,
लाइक,
sir.
उसका मैंने 1/4 इस्तेमाल किया था वो शुरू करने के लिए. तो आई
Yes,
स्टार्टेड
sir.
समथिंग डूइंग फॉर माई सेल्फ इन द कॉलेज ओनली. ठीक है. तो आई हैड
Yes,
फंड्स
sir.
फॉर दैट व्हेन आई यूज्ड दोस फंड्स, एंड देन वो अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट होती है ना यार. ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी क्रिएट
Hmm.
होती है, आप और कैसे करते हो अपने लिए. इवेंट्स आर एक्चुअली अ गुड थिंग. हैकाथॉन्स, इवेंट्स, दीज आर वेरी गुड थिंग्स. तभी मैं बोल रहा हूँ, यू हैव
Same
टाइम एट योर
thing.
हैंड्स, utilize it.
Same
ठीक
thing
है.
I've been trying. Like I also want to start a hackathon. I have not won three actually. I won three hackathons with the specific project. I have won eight till this date. And
अच्छा, that is like the total number is 8.
huh,
Nice,
the
yeah.
total number is eight. I
Good job.
have also generated around 5 lakhs something in the
That's nice.
hackathons. I am
That's
saving
very,
it up. Like
very
I
nice.
got myself a laptop, a phone,
अरे
a
बहुत ही
bike,
यार,
and अब
ठीक
I'm
है.
thinking of saving all of it to build a startup. Like I have been working on some ideas. क्योंकि अब I have, I think because of the hackathons I've attended ना, I have a good community of founders and co-founders I know. So मैं उनसे advice ले पाता हूँ at some times. Like कि जैसे आप हो गए, मैं I can reach out to you anytime. Like कि अगर कुछ मेरे को query है, अगर मेरे को कुछ करना है, because you're in experienced in that thing ना.
Yes, yes. Yeah, बिल्कुल.
So
मतलब I think this is a good thing overall, भाई. You've
hmm,
done good, very good in fact. ठीक है. तो this is
thank you.
what is expected also यार. मतलब effort मारना है तो अच्छा मारो ना effort यार. फिर ये तो मतलब
True.
this is like the
Starting में तो
minimum thing that we can.
it's like कि hackathons तो आते जाते रहते हैं. Even if you lose it, no, it's not like you just have to dwell on it. Just work on another one. You can
हाँ
take the same
पूरा.
project and take it to new heights. जो आप उसमें नहीं कर पाए, maybe आप नहीं जीते, and वो वाला project you think it has potential, because कुछ hackathons में क्या होता है, it's not happening. I don't think it will happen in this one. Like usually जो college organize करता है, so usually some of them are rigged also. Like कुछ
Hackathon.
हाँ, I have seen many, like जो college personally organize करता है ना, they usually prefer कि थर्ड फोर्थ ईयर वालों को हम जिता दे ताकि उनको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले.
ये भी हो सकता है. मतलब I
कुछ कुछ
could be
कुछ
a
में होता है.
possibility.
इट्स
But
नॉट हैपनिंग इन द ऑनलाइन वन और आईसीपी वन जो मैंने देखे हैं. फिर कोई ब्लॉक से
ये
मैंने आई थिंक 2 हैकाथॉन्स में पार्ट लिए, दोनों में मैं जीता हूँ. एंड दिस हैजंट हैपेंड देयर,
okay.
बट समटाइम्स देयर
कॉलेज
पॉलिटिक्स
लेवल
आल्सो.
पे.
सो
कॉलेज लेवल
कॉलेज
पे तो
लेवल
यार
पे
हो
होती है.
जाता है. हाँ कॉलेज लेवल पे
हाँ,
हो
ट्रू.
जाता है. उस पे ना यार,
सो
उसमें किसी चीज का कंट्रोल भी नहीं है ना. प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को तो क्या ही है. ब्लॉक से ब्लॉक नाउ
ट्रू.
नाउ डजंट रियली मैटर, राइट. ब्लॉक से ब्लॉक विल डू दिस
हम्म.
जस्ट टू एंगेज विद द कम्युनिटी. और
हम्म.
अदरवाइज तो कोई सेंस ही नहीं बनता ना. हैकाथॉन्स में हैकर्स को इवैल्यूएट करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क होता है. ठीक है, तो
ट्रू.
आप
अब
कैसे इवैल्यूएट करते हो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
नियर प्रोटोकॉल इज हैंडलिंग आई थिंक द जजिंग फॉर दिस नो.
हाँ ये
उसमें
पीपल.
टीचर्स का पैनल होता है, तो वो दे डू वियर्ड थिंग्स बिकॉज सेम प्रोजेक्ट से मैं आई वन 3 हैकाथॉन्स एंड द सेम प्रोजेक्ट, लाइक जजेस को समझ ही नहीं आएगी व्हाट इज द आइडिया.
अच्छा.
हाँ,
ठीक.
इवन आफ्टर एक्सप्लेनिंग टू देम ना, लाइक इट इज अ वेरी यूनिक थिंग, लाइक नो वन इवन हैज डन दिस बिफोर, क्योंकि तभी आई एम वर्किंग on this idea to build it a startup. So they are like, nahi, this has been built so many times, and I'm like, okay.
ठीक
Weird
है,
panel.
ठीक है.
ये भी like
That's,
it's just a experience sharing कि ऐसा भी मिलेगा, so don't get uh,
disheartened by
upset
it.
on
Oh,
these things also.
why
So
to be
just
disheartened
keep
by it?
building. Hmm.
Yep. यार हैकाथॉन का देखो पता होता क्या कई बार ना तनिष.
Hmm.
मतलब ऑब्वियसली फाइनेंशियल गोल्स आर गुड, राइट. पर हम भूल जाते हैं कि
Hmm.
हैकाथॉन का मेजर पर्पस फाइनेंशियल गोल्स आर लाइक. अगर आप फाइनेंशियल मतलब आप फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड आते हैं, आपको पैसे मिलते हैं, दैट इज लाइक द अल्टीमेट थिंग है ना. बट हैकाथॉन्स
Hmm.
कभी भी पैसे
Yep.
के लिए शुरू नहीं किए जाते हैं. शुरू हमेशा
True.
एक्सपीरियंस के लिए किए जाते हैं. वो बन आपका एक्सपीरियंस गेन होते 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 आप इतना अच्छा होने लग जाते हो कि आप इवेंचुअली जीतने लग जाते हो हैकाथॉन्स को. ठीक है. तो
True.
वो
That is true.
वो एक जर्नी है ना. और वो जो जर्नी पूरी
Yes.
कर लेता है, आई बिलीव मतलब उनको उनको वो मिलना लाइक दे वो उनका हक है. ठीक है.
Hmm. True.
फिर तो मुझे ये लगता है, तो आई थिंक
धीरे धीरे एक्सपीरियंस
धीरे
के
धीरे.
साथ यू गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू पिच, बिकॉज हैकाथॉन्स में ना सारे एलिमेंट्स मिक्स हो जाते हैं, जो पर्सनली मेरे को बेस्ट लगती है
हाँ.
चीज. को अगर इफ यू वॉच्ड माय पिच एट आईबीडब्ल्यू, इट वाज हॉरिबल. लाइक इट वाज माय फर्स्ट पिच एवर. लाइक मैंने उससे पहले कभी पिच नहीं किया था आइडिया, आई वाज सो स्केर्ड. पर मैंने जैसे तैसे करके कुछ भी बोल दिया वहां पे. एंड आफ्टर दैट आई वर्कड ऑन माय पिच. नहीं सही में लिटरली इट वाज सो like I guess
हे भाई.
horrible is the correct word. Like मेरे को idea ही नहीं था how to pitch it in front of so many people.
हम्म, हम्म.
I got the nerves on the stage. So I was.
it wasn't just you, यार. It was
Hmm,
everyone. मतलब I was there in the panel ना. I was sitting there.
hmm,
तो मुझे समझ में आ रहा था कि everyone is nervous right now. तो I was trying
hmm.
कि चलो यार, मतलब
You were
इसको
the
कम
only one who
टेंशन.
was like nodding his head. That was the one thing that kept me going.
You know what? I've heard about this a lot, यार. मतलब I try to support the person who's actually speaking in front of me. तो होता क्या है ना
Hmm,
तनिष, जैसे अभी मतलब yesterday I was very disappointed. ठीक है, I was disappointed because there was no interaction coming from the team. यहाँ पे जितने भी लोग हैं ना, अगर वो interact
hmm.
करेंगे तो मैं बहुत ज्यादा नॉलेज दे सकता हूँ. ठीक है,
True.
तो और हम उससे बहुत ज्यादा सीख सकते हैं, और सब सीख सकते हैं उस चीज से. तो
Yes.
अब मेरे को ये समझ में आता है, जब आप प्रेजेंट करते हो, कोई भी प्रेजेंट करता है ना, तो इट इज लाइक कि इवन इफ द पर्सन विल गेन कॉन्फिडेंस ओनली इफ समवन विल लिसन टू देम. अगर एक बंदा भी सुन रहा है ना
Hmm,
पूरे के पूरे स्टेज में, एक बंदा भी अगर आपको देख रहा है और सुन रहा है और आपको नोट कर रहा है ना, तो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस
hmm.
बूस्ट हो जाता है.
That is so true, sir. That is actually the thing that helped me finish the pitch. Otherwise, I was.
दैट्स गुड टू हियर यार. मतलब
Yeah.
एटलीस्ट इट हेल्प समवन. तो मैं कोशिश ये कर रहा था कि सारे ना
Yes, sir.
मतलब अपना अपना मोराल अप रखें, क्योंकि पता नहीं क्या हुआ क्या था. आई थिंक मोराल एकदम से गिरना ही शुरू हो गया था, और दैट वाज लाइक अ प्रॉब्लम.
Actually,
तो वो
that
ऑल
happens जब बीच में ना at a stage जब आपकी बारी आने वाली उनको प्रोजेक्ट बना रहे होते हो जब कुछ नहीं हो रहा था you for temporarily lose all hope. बट अगर इफ यू गो थ्रू कीप गोइंग थ्रू दैट मोमेंट ना वो ही मेन थिंग है. अगर आपने उस टाइम छोड़ दिया तो यू वोंट बी एबल टू बिल्ड द प्रोजेक्ट. अगर आप जाते रहे आपकी पिच भी अच्छी हो गया एंड यू विल इवेंचुअली फिनिश द प्रोजेक्ट.
बिल्कुल. और यार आपको प्रेजेंट करना आ गया ना तनिष्क, अब कैसे प्रेजेंट करते हैं. दैट्स हाउ यू वन ऑल द अदर हैकाथॉन्स आल्सो ना. You
ट्रू
know
ट्रू
where
सर.
you went wrong and then you corrected it, and then code, you got for it. ये यही है. This is how it goes. अच्छा, Vignesh has a question. Best courses for cyber forensic analyst. Bro, I don't, like, I'll be honest with you, Vignesh, I don't know. All right. So I think best place to search is Udemy, where you can find some courses around it, right? There was one for cyber security that I remember, that was by Z Security, Z and then Security. I think like that is a good course overall at Udemy. But please watch the introductory videos if you feel like it. If you feel that this solves your issues, then you can go for that course, right? And it feels knowledgeable to me. Might not be for everyone. It might be outdated as well by now, right? You guys should do your own due diligence to buy a course before buying a course. Do not take me for my word, guys. All right. Thank you for sharing all that, Tanish, though. That really helped. I believe that would have helped all the other people as well here. और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है तो बताओ, guys. We can try and answer it. All right, then let's do one thing. If you have questions, you can then ping us. If you guys, face a lot of issues in some particular areas, we can then arrange. Probably Nancy can talk to me and arrange another workshop if need be for a few minutes, so that you guys can understand how to do that stuff, right? But let's just make sure that we are diligently building, so that we at least some of you can take that prize money, right? So let's aim for that this time. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Nancy, are you here? Nancy, Sai.
Yes, I'm here. Uh,
Great.
so
Over to you.
yeah, you guys can share your concerns in the group, okay? So right, as I told you already, we can provide you one-on-one mentoring session. Uh, even yeah, that's all. See you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for
Have a
being
nice.
here. Thank you for having me here, Nancy.
Thank you. Thank you,
Looking
everyone.
forward to projects from everyone. All right. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you.